All right, to the left of the log. To the left of the log. Okay. That's your other hand there. That a girl. Looky there. That's what I'm talking about right there.
All right, come to mama,
here we
baby.
Go right here.
Come to mama.
This might be a bass. This is going to be a bass right here.
You think so?
I
think it's a crappie.
No, it's a crappie. Yeah, you got one too. I thought you were talking to mama about mine, not yours.
you devil, one. You.
Mine's bigger than yours.
No, mine's bigger than yours.
By golly, it is. I'm fishing with my, don't you break my Jimmy Houston pole.
I'm going to try not to.
I'm fishing with my favorite Georgia belle.
I'm telling you
Paula Deen. And we crappie fishing. Paula said if we can catch some crappie, I'll fry them up for you.
Well, we call them crappie.
And, crappie. Yeah. Sockeye, white perch, we don't care.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, if you'll fry them up for me, I promise you we'll catch them.
Yes.
And so we got a great day out here. It's the first day of May. Some of the crappie here in Missouri are still spawning. Some of them are not.
I want to kiss
you
my
like my
fish.
hair, don't you?
I love your hair. I love everything about you.
Oh, you kiss mine. You kiss them both.
Ow! That smells pretty fishy.
Tastes good, don't it?
Tastes good. Ain't gonna taste better when I drop him in that peanut oil.
The big one is mine, and the smaller one.
You are a lie. You are a bald-faced lie. You devil.
The larger one is Paula's. Okay.
Jimmy, let me tell you something.
I'm just like Abraham Lincoln. I cut down that cherry tree. I didn't know you were up there.
Washington.
That
was George Washington, not Abraham Lincoln.
It was George?
Yes, it was George that cut down the cherry tree.
Abe didn't do that because Abe's daddy was in the tree. I shoved over an outhouse one time when I was a little kid, and my daddy got so mad at me, and he said, who turned that outhouse over? And I thought I was being so good because I just learned that story, and I said, Daddy, I shall not lie. I turned the outhouse over. And he just carried on and just got so mad at me and gave me a big old whooping. And I said, why'd you do that? I said, you know, George Washington cut down a cherry tree, and he told the truth, and his daddy thought it was great. He said, George Washington's daddy wasn't in that cherry tree. Well, that's why I got a whipping.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You sure it wasn't Abe Lincoln? I believe it was old George. I think you're right.
I believe it was George. Jimmy, let me tell you something, honey. In 2014, you know what my favorite memory is? Other than being with my grandchildren now.
That's got to be the best.
Was the day I fished with you.
Really? It was fun, wasn't it?
2014, I will never forget the first time I met you.
What about that fishing tournament we fished?
I'm telling you, we did good, didn't we?
We won. Who caught the biggest fish?
Well, who you think, honey?
I got another crappie. Throw back toward that log.
No, you do not. Dadgummit. Right now, where are you telling me to throw?
They stacked in there. They stacked in there like a short stack.
Look at there, Jimmy. Look at there. Did you see that cast?
I saw it. It was good. Perfect. Perfect throw. They stacked in there like cordwood.
Maybe you should put us a little closer to that log.
Maybe you could cast. You're bragging about you casting there. Maybe you could cast a little bit further. Since you're standing there, you got to be the person to open the door to the live box.
Okay, I can do that. Look at there. Look at there.
Isn't that good?
Oh, I can't wait to cook those fish for y'all.
I can't wait to eat them. Now you don't fillet them though. You just want to cut the heads off.
No. See, I love.
How do you clean them then if you don't fillet them?
Well, I just scale them. I just scale them, gut them.
Cut the head off.
Cut the heads off, and you know when you pull out that top fin, Jimmy. That's where all the good fish fat is.
That's the prime. That's the prime.
And I'm telling you what you.
That's the backstrap of a crappie.
I'm telling you, you suck that fish fat out. I lost him.
That looked like a big one to me too.
I lost him. Well, I'm going back for him.
When you miss one, just drop it back down there, and you'll have another one come get it.
Oh, well, that was too late.
I missed one too right there.
You told me too late, honey.
I got him that time. Well, I lost him again.
No, I'm not near that log.
One of them is on the end of this Jimmy Houston rod and reel right here.
How do I get me a Jimmy Houston rod and reel? Oh, pretty crappy.
You have one in your hand right there.
I know it, but how do I get it where I can take it home?
Yeah, well, you have to catch
Where can I find them?
Catch me not looking. You can buy them at Bass Pro Shop. And,
Bass Pro?
Yeah, Cabela's and Dick's and Walmart.
Oh, we got a Dix, I think. It seems like we just got a Dix in Savannah. That's a pretty baby.
Crappie's got a little bad spot on him. That's a big crappie.
What you mean got a bad spot?
Yeah, a little bad spot right there. So I'm gonna let him go.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. If I got a little, you know, they can heal up. That's what the slime does on a crappie. On a fish, period. The slime is their disease protection.
All right, Jimmy,
And so
you know,
that will probably
last year in our tournament,
I lost him.
you know, to benefit the Paula Deen Bag Lady Foundation.
Bag Lady Foundation.
I so appreciate it because there's a lot of girls, women, and children out there that need our help. And, you know, right there at the last, I caught the prize fish. And do you remember
you were not even awake.
No, I
You were
fell
taking
asleep.
a nap.
I fell asleep. I was listening. I was listening to.
You were awake on that one, though, wasn't you?
I was awake here.
That's a big one. That's
Is
a big
it?
old crappie right there.
Whoa.
That's a big crappie right there. I'm telling you.
But so anyway, yes, when my line got hit, I had just, oh, he's got a bad spot on him too, Jimmy.
Down on the bottom fin.
What you think?
What are you holding him up here to me for?
What you
I was
think?
going to get one hold back there to you.
He
does have,
is
that's a big one, too.
fine one.
The big ones, look down on the bottom of his fin there.
What's the matter with
I don't
him?
know. I don't know. It looks like something been after him.
So anyway, you know, I had dozed off. I was listening to you, and I don't know who else was in that
Did I put
boat.
you to sleep?
Yes. Listen, it was just it was so peaceful and relaxing just hearing you guys banter back and forth. And I dozed off, and when I did, I felt this huge hit. Just like
You thought
then.
you were dreaming, didn't you?
I thought I was dreaming, honey. And
I thought you were hung on the bottom.
and when I pulled that fish in, he had
Let me ask you something. Why are you holding them up here to me every time? Huh? Why are you holding them up here for me to take off?
I can try.
Huh?
Oh my gosh, you're so busy catching them. You know what? Their mouth.
It. Why are you catching all the big ones and I'm catching all the little ones?
Cause I know what I'm doing, honey.
You know how to take them off.
Yeah, I do, honey.
This one's a little bit too short right
I
here.
can catch them, clean them, and put them in the
Come
pan.
back. You can clean them?
Mm-hmm.
Can you really?
Yes,
That's good
sir.
because that's something I never learned how to do.
You don't. You most certainly.
No, I don't.
You pulling my leg again.
I don't. All right,
he's perfect specimen of health.
I was kind of worried about it until you said I can catch them, clean them, cook them, and eat them. I'll do the last part of it.
Look at that.
Isn't he pretty?
Look at that fine fish, y'all.
Wait till he's fried up.
You know, when you fish with Jimmy Houston, you know.
What?
You're going to hit pay dirt.
What are you going to fish with the figs? Fried taters and onions?
Well,
and macaroni
grits
or
sounds
what?
pretty good.
Grits is good, yeah. I like grits.
Fish and grits. Oh,
Yeah.
honey.
What else?
You know what? I love
You like fried
fish.
taters and onions?
I love fish and grits and English peas
English peas?
or coleslaw.
I think I'll go with the English peas.
Okay.
What about some really good mac and cheese?
That'd
I
go
know
all
you got a
right
good
with
mac
it
and
too,
cheese
but
recipe.
down south, we usually do the grits.
Yeah.
They are delicious with fried fish. So anyway, back to my story. When I pulled the winning fish in, he had like a tumor on him. Do you remember?
But he was huge.
He was
It's
huge.
over 7 pounds, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Lordy mercy. Lordy mercy.
I think you had the right spot there.
Look at this. How'd I catch him? Look at there, y'all. You just won't let me have a...
Oh, whose is the biggest now?
Who's got a rotten
Let's
tail?
compare size.
Who's got a rotten tail? Now, which one's the biggest? Which one's the healthiest?
I'll just let America decide.
Which one's the
Mine is
healthiest?
Mine is the largest.
It is not.
What we're fishing with. You hooked yours on the outside of the mouth. They don't even count.
I know.
You just snagged it. Look
I
at there.
know.
Look at there.
I'm a
Open the lid
snagger.
there. That's drawing a pair right there. What we're
You
fishing
gonna keep
with.
that one even though yours was sick?
He wasn't sick.
He wasn't.
No, he just he had a little headache. You ever had a headache?
I've had a headache about bedtime.
We're fishing with a little Marabou 1/8 ounce Roadrunner, solid chartreuse. If you can only take 1 or 2 colors, take solid white, solid chartreuse. And this is marabou.
That's the best colors.
Well,
that's the best colors.
Those will work just about anywhere. And this water's a little darker is the reason I use chartreuse instead of solid white. But you'll notice it looks like that doesn't have any action.
Right.
But when you put the marabou in the water, when you put it in the water, when you first put them in, you want to shake it like that.
Yeah,
and
I
then
saw you
it gets
doing
it wet
that.
all the way through. Like now you see it. It looks like, see how that tail?
Oh my gosh! You know what it looks like?
Looks like a little minnow tail.
It looks like those fish that I just love in aquariums, in freshwater.
Whatever it looks like, these crappie love it. I mean, they love it.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of people have gone to plastics, and I use a lot of plastics on a Roadrunner now. But I'm gonna tell you, the old original marabou Roadrunner will still catch them about as good as anything. And the other thing, the deal is you can catch a lot of fish without having to worry about the tail at all. And then when you do finally wear this out, you can cut that marabou off and put your plastic on there. You know, the rest of it's still.
Oh, Jimmy, I hooked you, baby. Big fish. I got the fish tail today, y'all. I done caught the biggest fish out here. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know, do you know that fishing line trick and take it out of a hook out of somebody's part of their body?
Don't you cut it off the circle.
You're going to fix it to have to do this.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
My goodness.
Oh, Jimmy, I'm so sorry, honey. You know I wouldn't hurt you for nothing in the world. But I was after the big one, what can I say? I was after the big boy. Come on, baby.
Okay.
Don't get in that log.
Don't get in that log.
Don't get in that log, Mama said. Oh, this one's a baby. Yeah. Oh, look, I reel my rod up.
Yeah, reel them up about the length of the rod.
Yeah.
And then you can lift them in.
That was stupid of me.
I would never, ever call a woman stupid.
And you would be a smart man.
But if a woman calls herself that,
you can always agree, can't you?
How you doing on taking that fish off?
Oh, I'm doing great.
You got it? You got it down?
Yeah.
You learned how?
I just reel the stupid thing, so. Yep. Yeah. I just got to. Like I said,
Because I was going to give you some more practice.
No, listen, honey, I'm going to get him. He ain't going to get me.
They can't breathe out of water. Ah, you got him. Yeah. My golly, this one's hooked good, too. Other one.
Oh, I was going to say, wait, I'm in the wrong hole. Whoa!
They're dropping out of heaven.
Where did he come from?
They're dropping out of heaven.
Where did he come from? I didn't even know you had one.
They're dropping out of heaven.
You're slick. Look. You don't ever want to do that, y'all. See how I reel that thing all the way up there? That is dumb.
Really, leave about 3 or 4 foot out. That way you can kind of swing it over to you. Watch this right here. I'll show you. Really, it can be. That might be a bass. No, it's a crappie. Boy, they're strong. Get it right about like that.
One?
And then, I mean, that's a big one. Look
He's
at that one.
the biggest one of the day, Jimmy.
That is.
That's the Mac
You can
Daddy.
actually leave about 5 foot out when you lift them in.
That is the Mac Daddy.
That is
about
a giant
5
crappie
feet.
right there. Look at that boy.
Now he is. Hey, is something wrong with
That's
his
a big male crappie. See that? That's a big male crappie.
No,
really
I don't
healthy.
see how you tell it's a male. What's on his tail, sister? Come on, sister.
Ooh, that's a big one too.
It is a big one.
That's a big one too.
And
yes,
I'm not going to do like I did last time,
there's a lot of males down there, not too many females. Them
what?
Guys,
oh my gosh, Jimmy, he's bigger than yours.
Oh, by golly, he is.
He is bigger than yours.
Well, you look at the size of that booger. I got a big one. But look at that.
Mine is the biggest of the day. It just beat you, didn't it, baby?
Look at that.
But what about his tail? I'm just worried about these tails.
That's because they're spawning.
Because you know what? I'm going to eat the tail. The tail is my favorite.
No, that's because they're spawning.
What does that mean?
You don't want to eat that part down there.
I mean, I know they're
spawning. That's spawning. They're rubbing the bottom with their tail. That's why their tails they're rubbing the bottom. You notice today that we've been fishing with what I would call a really old-fashioned Roadrunners. The Roadrunners I started fishing with 35 and 40, well, over 40 years ago. A regular marabou Roadrunner, a basic color, solid chartreuse. We've got to where in the last several years, most of the people have got to a lot of plastic. We can make plastic in a lot of different colors, a lot of different shapes, a lot of different actions in the tail. But don't overlook the regular old-fashioned white or solid chartreuse marabou roadrunner. Now, the rule of thumb that we normally use is the colder the water is, the more you need to use marabou, because it's got such nice, easy action, and where plastic will get harder and stiffer in colder weather, this doesn't. I mean, it's got the action when the water's cold, far, far better than soft plastic. Then when the water warms up, we have a tendency to want to move to soft plastic. But we're out here in May, and even though it's May, the water's pretty warm. It's up around 70 degrees. The marabou is something that, quite honestly, they don't see that much in most of the lakes anymore. And it's just like trying to catch bass or anything else. If you've got something a little bit different, you have a good tendency to get some strikes. Another thing you'll notice what we've done is we had fish in all different forms of the spawn. Fish actually on the bed, fish that I've already got through spawning and were further out, and fish that were staging, getting ready to go in. Normally, most anywhere you fish, if you fish in places where there's a lot of crappie, you're going to find that. So don't just hone in on one thing. You know, fish where they're going to be spawning on the actual beds, fish out in front of the beds, and then fish for some of those post-spawn fish. That's a good idea to use it in bass fishing too. You know, a lot of times when fish are on the bed, there's some big giant females that have already spawned. You can move out to a boat dock or something, catch some fish that nobody else is ever fishing for. But remember, it's old-fashioned, but marabou still works.